Hey everybody, it's Bjorn, aka Bjorn to Sell, your trusted guide to real estate here in Minnesota. And today we're talking about a very interesting subject, and that's buying a fixer-upper. Now, this can be a very smart move if you plan ahead, but it can also be a, well, real painful mistake if you dive in without a plan. But before we get into the video, make sure you help me out by hitting that subscribe button and maybe giving it a like, and maybe even tell a friend or family member about this if they need some great real estate advice, because every week I'm on here with more tips to help you navigate this ever-changing landscape with a little bit more confidence. So what do you say we jump on in? In some cases, buying a fixer-upper can get you into a neighborhood that you absolutely love at a lower price. You might be able to build some sweat equity by improving the home yourself, and if you're strategic, you can customize the home to fit your style and needs. There's a real sense of pride in taking a property that needs some TLC and turning it into something beautiful, but there is a flip side. Buying a fixer-upper is not a casual project. It takes time, money, patience, and a willingness to deal with surprises along the way, and it's going to be non-stop surprises, believe me. I've worked on a lot of these houses. So let's talk about some of the key things you need to expect. First, inspections, as always, are critical. You can't skip the inspection process. In fact, you might even want to dive in a little bit deeper than a standard inspection, bringing in specialists if needed, electricians, plumbers, structural engineers, that type of thing, because hidden problems like old wiring, foundation issues, or bad plumbing can add tens of thousands of dollars to your project in a hurry. Second, financing, well, it can have some nuances to it. Many fixer-uppers will not qualify for like a traditional USDA or FHA loan if it needs a lot of work, if the home is not considered livable. That means you might need to look at some other loan options. And if you need a recommendation on a lender, well, you know who to reach out to. They're going to help you find the right loan for your project, whether it be a traditional loan or something like a renovation loan or something along that lines. That's the expert that you want to talk to. Next, you're going to want to consider budgeting. It's kind of, well, going to be flexible. Whatever you think the renovation cost will be, I can tell you you can safely add 20 to 30% because unexpected issues always pop up once you start opening floors, walls, ceilings, and having a contingency fund is what can separate a successful project from a never-ending nightmare. Fourth, you're going to want to check on contractor availability unless you're really handy and can do it all on your own. Especially in Minnesota right now, good contractors, well, they're very busy. Getting bids, scheduling work, and managing timelines will require flexibility and patience. Don't assume you can buy a house and immediately start swinging hammers the next day. Fifth, you're going to want to look into permits. Major renovations like electrical, plumbing, structural changes, and additional things like that usually require city or county permits. Permits are going to add time and cost, but are absolutely necessary. Skipping permits can lead to major problems when it comes time to sell. And, well, it can create some safety risks. Next, I want you to consider your timelines. Television gives us a very skewed view of what actually happens. You can't renovate a home in 6 weeks. In reality, it often takes 6 months or more depending on the scope of the work, contractor schedule, and supply chain issues, and other things that pop up along the way. You're gonna need some emotional resilience. I know it sounds funny, but it's true. Renovations are very stressful. Materials will get delayed, budgets will be stretched, and having a positive, flexible attitude, well, that can make a big difference. It's not a sprint. This is a marathon. At the end of the day, buying a fixer-upper can be absolutely worth it. If you take some time and plan carefully, work through setbacks, budget, and have your long-term vision in mind, it can be a great move for you. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe. like the video, and maybe even turn on those notifications so you get the old bell ring when a new one comes up. If you're thinking of buying or selling here in Minnesota, visit Bjorn to Sell. And if you're watching this video somewhere else and you're like, man, I wish he could connect me with a great realtor just like him, well, guess what? I can. Head over to bjorntosell.com and use the contact information to get a hold of me. And don't forget that in the links in the descriptions below is that free home buyers and home sellers guide that, well, it's going to help you get this process started. I'll be back next week with more great information. So until then, be kind to one another.